One thing that I love about Mrs. Hoognan is that she always helps us do math, and instead of like doing it straight from the book, she tries to do it off to the side, because sometimes the things that the book says is really confusing.
One thing I'm going to miss about Mrs. Hoognan when she leaves is that I loved her style of teaching. She was really nice, and especially math. She was really nice, and I loved her style of teaching.
So the thing I like about Miss Hoognan is that she would always get my jokes. She would always laugh at them. Every day when I would be like feeling sad, she would cheer me up, and she had this really interesting way of teaching us math.
One thing that I really like about Miss Hoognan is what our class calls the stink eye. She always gives that to us when she's like, you know this, don't try and like get me to do your work. And she's just kind of like fun and good, like she's gonna be a good one.
Well, thank you.
Things I like about Miss Hoognan, I like how she teaches stuff and she explains it good for me. I like how Miss Hoognan helps us with our stuff and lets us sometimes have partners. And I like how she's really nice to us and lets us do some cool stuff with science and activities.
I will miss Miss Hoognan because I liked how she would put together the STEM activities and she would do the ice cream parties and things.
And I'm gonna miss Miss Hoognan because she's always nice and helpful with stuff that we don't know what to do.
I'm gonna miss Miss Hoognan because she helps us with almost every subject in school. She's really nice and fun. She lets us do pretty much whatever we want if it's reasonable. And yeah, that's why I'm gonna miss her.
I'm gonna miss Miss Hoognan because she always, when we had a question, she would try her hardest to answer it. And if she couldn't answer it, she would kind of laugh and then try and figure it out again.
And my last thing about Miss Hoognan is that this is like my biggest thing. When we're doing math, she'll like, instead of just like saying, "Oh, here's the math book. That's what you're supposed to do it." She'll like write out on the board and explain it and do all that stuff for us.
We'll miss you, Miss Hoognan!